praise him. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. But it's getting ready to happen. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. But it's getting ready. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. But it's getting ready. It's getting ready to happen. Come on, praise him. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. But it's getting ready to happen. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. You cried. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. But it's getting ready. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. Getting ready to happen. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. You cried and you prayed. But it's getting ready. It's getting ready to happen.
That's my mic was on mute. Nobody wanted to tell me that. What's up, my millionaire? Looks like we're gonna have some good donations tonight. We got millionaires in the building. What's up, Clyde Bro? Happy Wednesday to you. What's up, Nita? What's up? What's up? Everybody, as you come in, please hit like, hit share, so we can get started. Have a great show for you tonight. This is the St. James Show. Maybe I'll just go ahead and turn that down a little bit. What's up, everybody? Again, thank you for joining the St. James Show, where I am your host, St. James, bringing you my thoughts and opinions on whatever I deem interesting. Before we get into the show, I want everybody to hit like, hit share. We appreciate you coming through tonight. We should have a great time. What's up, Patricia? What's going on? Let's see here. Before we get into it, let me tell you about the brunch coming up. Mother's Day weekend gospel brunch here in the city of Fresno. So if you're in California, we would love to have you. Last time we had it, we had people come down from Sacramento, come up from Bakersfield. and the surrounding cities. We had a great time. And this year we are doing a tribute to gospel legends. And we have a special guest coming in with us this year. It's going to be none other than LaShawn Cleveland, the only daughter of the king of gospel music, Reverend James Cleveland. She's going to be coming in to help us celebrate the gospel legends, and also we're going to be celebrating her father, the late great James Cleveland, along with many other wonderful artists, wonderful legends, I would say. So get your tickets. I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if you want your tickets, it'll also be in the description after the show. So if you want your tickets, go ahead. It's a long link. That is so dumb. Woo, that's a long link. Okay. Anyway, but it'll be in the description, so you'll be able to grab your tickets and come join us in Fresno as we do honor our mothers on Mother's Day weekend on Saturday, May 13th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Food catered by none other than Chef Paul Pearson from Chef Paul's Cafe. So thank you so much. Thank you for those who have already purchased your tickets, and we are going to have a great, great time. All right. Without further ado, we want to get into we have a great guest for you tonight. She has been a gospel legend in her own time, in her own right, in Fresno and also all around. She has traveled abroad. She's a great songwriter, but I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself. All right. So we are going to welcome my good friend, Miss Leah Marie. There
So
you
dramatic.
go.
So dramatic. I
am very dramatic. What's up, Leah?
Hi, how are you?
I am good. I'm so glad you came on through tonight.
Yes, I'm glad I came through tonight. Thank you for having me.
Look at you. You dressed up.
Listen, now I just want to play now. Ain't no telling who gonna be in the building. My mama told me
no
matching
telling.
undies. You match your undies to your shoes, to your wig, to your lipstick. Amen.
Just don't let that camera drop. You don't want to make sure
it's all good. You gonna see it all.
I didn't know I was gonna interview all three of y'all. No, I'm just playing. Okay, let's go. So Leah Marie, tell us about who is Leah Marie.
Oh, Leah Marie is a hot mess. Saved by grace. Saved by grace. That's all I can say. I am, a person who loves God, who loves his people. Even though we all get on each other's nerves, we still his children.
Yeah.
And I'm just out here being the artist that I can be, singer, a mother, a divorced mother. I threw my fish back in the sea.
How many children you have?
I have 3.
3. Okay.
2 sons and a daughter. Yeah.
You need a couple more, huh?
Oh no, the womb is closed.
Oh, God is a miracle worker. He'll open any door.
The womb is closed, honey. We are not pushing nothing else through this
Edwin Hawkins said, Walt Hawkins said, God still opens doors.
Oh, not this one. Not this one. No, Lord. I'm ready for
What's up, Angela? So a mother of 3, a wonderful singer. When did you start singing? If you can remember.
I started singing when I was probably 3-4 years old. Typical church kid.
Yeah.
Growing up in church, Trinity Church of God in Christ on the west side of Fresno, California. Singing in the choir, we didn't have praise teams back then, but they let the youth do testimony and devotional service on 4th Sundays. And then we had a little group, kind of like the Clark sisters, We all had those little groups. That right. So just grew up being trained by Bobby Lyons, Stevie Lawrence, the ones that would come down to Fresno because everybody wouldn't come to Fresno. It was hard to get.
You said out. Bobby Lyons.
That's Frida Lyons' father.
Okay, Frida Lyons. Okay.
Yeah, he was. I'm not sure what his position was in the Kojic in our jurisdiction at that time when I was little, when I was a youngster, because he kind of left as I got older. Okay. But I know that many, many years he would come down and teach us about breathing techniques, about riffing, about leading songs. And then, of course, we started going to youth congress, and that's how I ended up learning from Stevie Lawrence.
Stefan said he remembers that group.
Yeah. Listen, we was young. Young.
I met you. I don't know. How old were we? We were in our we were teenagers when I met you.
Baby, I was still in high school when I met you. Yeah.
I was
actually no before that because of Bad.
That's what I'm saying. In Bad we met, and I was in. I don't know if I was. I guess I was in high school in Bad.
Possibly, because when I didn't actually join for a couple of years, but I was coming with Miss Pennywell. I started coming around you guys when I was 13.
Okay, and I'm a few years older than you, just a few. Just
say and don't say older like that, because we yet young.
I remember Bad. It was called Born Again and Delivered, so the acronym is Bad. It's a youth choir that we were in the area here. And do you remember one time we were going somewhere to sing? We were at some church. We were about to sing. And you looked me in my face and you said, Chris, you got makeup on?
Because baby, let me tell you, first of all, y'all come close. This one, he didn't never have a bad day. Okay? Let's start there. Okay. And I grew up sheltered. My mama, that was the one thing that she did not allow me to do, which is travel to other churches.
Right.
Bad was my first experience outside of my jurisdiction.
Because you was deep coaching.
Deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is, I was speaking in tongues by the time I was 9.
Oh, you better believe it. Yeah. I got baptized at 7, and I think I spoke. I don't know how old I was, but
I had a condo in my soul, honey, and it was coming from my lips.
Yeah. But see, that's good foundation. They don't have that no more.
That's true.
They don't have that no more. They don't know about church. They really don't know. They don't have any foundation.
Yeah, but no, I was actually enamored by you because of your directing style. Way different.
Way different.
Your directing style. This guy, he wasn't no joke, honey. He would come in and be like, hey, that's not your part. You sing sopranos, you're flat.
I think it was because growing up where I grew up in San Jose first, very strict Pentecostal. And when I came here to Bethesda, pretty much the same, just a little bit easier, but pretty much the same. But I had such great people I looked at during choir directing. Cleta Patterson in San Jose. I remember she commanded the choir. And then I saw other styles. I saw other ones that just, they did the yarn and some other, So I saw different styles. I came here to Fresno. And I was at Bethesda, so I grew up under that too. But the documentary would just say they would think I didn't do nothing at Bethesda. I was Bethesda. Okay. But I digress.
Bishop Johnson was gonna get that plug. You already knew that off top, honey.
But yeah, I love Joanne McClay, but she was definitely our Bethesda. But I appreciate that. But I remember just growing up in Bad with you, and you was always that singer. You can just sing.
Thank you.
let me just let y'all hear a little bit, just a little bit of her.
Oh Lord, when he done pulled up, I'm nervous.
Yeah, daughter really can sing. I mean, but it is so funny because you've been doing that. You've been doing that. But when you brought your behind back from Sacramento, something took off. I don't know what was in you that just something different happened.
It was what I took off. I had to share how to throw that fish back at the sea child. It was
Okay.
that wasn't it.
Let's throw it back.
That wasn't it. Don't judge me, and it ain't no shade towards the individual.
Yeah.
But that was just the wrong yoke. We wasn't equally yoked.
Yeah.
So I was bound. Daughter had to get free.
I tell you, you released that thing. When I heard you, I don't know where we were, but they said Leah's back. I said, "Where's she at?"
I was hiding too. I was trying to hide and work at Walmart and be humble and just.
You can't do that. Not at all.
But the Lord said no.
But we're going to get to your single. We're going to get to your single in just a minute. I just want to throw a couple of things at you. Did you watch the Oscars?
No.
You didn't watch the Oscars?
Of course not.
Okay. That wasn't your thing?
They always snub our people, and I don't understand why people still get surprised.
I mean, even for us, they're really not. They're really not.
But I like to watch the red carpet, and see what people are wearing and things like that. I watch the comedy bits here and there. But I haven't sat, baby. Is that Tim? Listen, she's so disrespectfully cute.
It's very disrespectfully cute. I mean, I remember when I first seen it, it popped on the screen. I was like,
girl,
she wear that those poor people can't even see.
Oh, and if it would have been my first time, me and Tim, she probably wouldn't have liked me.
Yeah.
Because I would have been all night.
I would have been pissed. I was
like,
too. I can't believe
put that shade down.
That's like they're going to the convocations in the big hats. Right. Big old hats.
Stand it. I sit off, and that's but that's us singers and musicians alike, directors. Yeah. We sit off to the side. We have our own section, even when I'm not on program.
Right.
I sit over here because I'm not a part of all of this that y'all got going on.
Right. Exactly. But you know what? That's so expected from an artist, from a creative. I mean, just to bam, here I am. I was like you said,
Grammys.
Yeah.
Oscars, ma'am.
Yeah, there you go. It's more of a Grammy thing. I don't think it was appropriate for Oscars.
No, that was disrespectful.
So how long do you think they're going to milk this Will Smith and Chris Rock thing? How many jokes can we get? How long can it keep going?
Oh, brother, until the wheels fall off. Because look, here's the deal. This brother got literally slapped on national TV, staged, fixed, surprise, or whatever. It happened. The world saw it, and people had to process it. Chris Rock totally did a masterful thing by bringing it up at the right time.
A $20 or $40 million
bring 40 money. Oh goodness, he's 40 million chickens in the bank. You hear me? So but I mean, okay, now that he said what he had to say, he feels like he's done and he's ready to move on. So now we can move on.
Yeah, I think it's about time for us to move on. Very disrespectful what Will did, but I mean, you got your 40 million off of it. So they're going to, especially the Caucasian side of folk, they're going to milk it until.
Absolutely, because they feel like Will got off light.
Yeah.
They would have loved to see that brother in cuffs.
Yeah, but had it been somebody else of persuasion, they probably would have got about 2 to 3 years away from the Grammys or the Oscars. They would have got that. They wouldn't have got that.
If that. Come on now.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. The punishment didn't fit the crime per se.
Yeah.
But I don't really feel bad for either party because Chris Rock is known for hitting below the belt.
Right.
And Will and Jada, their whole little debacle has been front and center for over 2 years now.
Exactly.
And Will has been the butt end of the joke, literally running.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only imagine being in his shoes. It probably feels like for eons. So one more blow and he burst. And that was
it. And he did. I think he took it out on him. But hey, you were there. You were sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, really? You doing this tonight? Oh, look how you look. Oh, sir. So, Chris, if we ever get an opportunity, we got to make sure to check our faces.
We do, and and I saw it, as it was happening, and I said, "Oh no, West Angeles teaches you better than that, Angela Bassett. Bishop Blake teaches you more grace." Beyonce gets up and claps, and she loses any award, she'll get up, give the person a standing ovation, and clap. I mean, I understand it, but
look, Angela is at that age where she don't give two about what anybody say, and I can't wait till I'm at that age.
And she's like one of the highest or the highest paid actress right now.
Yeah.
And but the thing about it,
and
somebody in that SAG
put that in there.
Must have told her that you're going to win. Or giving her, because they give heads up.
I believe that, but
yeah. And then and it didn't happen.
How soon we forget? We only just a couple of years off where we hadn't seen anyone get an Oscar in how many years? Like 5 or 10 years. It was a long span.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they expected anything to change. And then what people also have to understand is the Oscars is similar to the Grammys, right? So you could get nominated.
Right.
But that's a private vote.
It is. It is. And in private, that's how Trump got in. People saying a lot of stuff in the public, but when they got in them booths, let me write this.
Even electoral office, the electoral votes, they didn't go according to what the people was asking. They voted according to what they wanted to.
Exactly. So I just thought that was real interesting. Let's see. Let's move on to this. Let's see.
It's my money and I need it now. It's my money and I need it now.
It's my money and I need it now.
It's my money and I need it now. It's my money and I need it now.
The Silicon Valley Bank.
Why did it have to be California?
I know, right up the street from us.
I'm just like, y'all already be ragging on California. California got the best weather, so you can say what you want. We pay.
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Everybody asks, Chris, you ought to move here. I would love to live in Chicago, but it's too cold. I love Chicago, but it's just too cold for me in the winter. I can't take it.
Yeah, you want to be blown around like they be blowing her little wig coming off and people having to help her in the car. I ain't got time for that.
That ain't my ministry. I'm gonna stay right here in Cali.
Yeah, I'm good.
That is, they were saying that now I don't have these rich people problems yet.
Talk
but
about
all you who have, over 250. Now Biden came out and said, well, we're gonna pay you whatever you had in there. First they were saying only insured to 250,000. But now he came out, and the only reason he came out was because to stop people from snatching all the money out of the banks. And our bank system goes all the way to the
they tank. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I would advise, all the rich people like you, Leah, you got to split up your 250s in different accounts.
First of all, Lord, thank you. I received that in Jesus' name.
Do not put it all in one bank. That's it. Don't put it all in one bank, because even though he said he's
do that anyway, then your granddaddy.
No, but some people, old money sometimes don't think right.
My granddad told me you put a little bit under the mattress. You don't never put everything in.
Listen.
You never know when you might need a little tuck money, honey. Quick.
Yeah. So my thing is, y'all do that, but because Biden said he's gonna cover it, but that's not a law. It ain't written down nowhere.
And they don't have to do that. They only have to insure up to $250,000.
That's what's on the books.
God bless you with that. You could try to hold them to it, but legally and lawfully so, as long as they insure that, you're good to go. But I know for us, the company that I've worked for released a statement, and they just completely cut all ties and moved their money to obviously a different institution. And it's been quite a bit of backlash, but for the most part, people with money haven't really been tripping that hard.
No.
Because, they're just moving it around. It's all electronic.
That's all they're doing.
It's all electronic.
Only thing I noticed was a hit on my 401k. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
It just goes up and down though. Then a couple of months, it'll be back up. I'm not retiring no time soon anyway. So
no time soon.
We probably won't even get no Social Security about that time. It would be very low.
That's what I was telling my mom. I was like, I'm gonna have to start stacking up because I'm gonna get out at 50.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm not trying to go past 50. At least 55. I don't want to go no further because we won't be able to pull nothing out at that point.
But ain't no sense in waiting until what they say. Wait until like you're 70 or something, 71 to get the full.
Pay the penalty.
You're not gonna get it. Are you going on to see Jesus? You better grab your money while
or you gonna go see Jesus because they took the rest of your coin. You better pull that money out. Yeah, but no, move it around. I know people are moving to crypto, and the government has now moved over to crypto. One of the shows that I run on the little my little small, teeny, tiny network.
What is your network? What is your show?
Right now, the network is called the Bridge Network. I'm going to have to change it because for all of you people out there that are business owners, I can coin the phrase the Bridge Network, but I can't coin TBN, which is the acronym I need.
Oh, that's right.
Even though TBN is not in existence like that anymore.
Right.
I can't because they still obviously hold stock and ownership in the acronym.
Yeah.
So it will be Mo Media Productions, my last name.
That's what it is. Mukes Media Production.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That sounds good.
So that's the new name. And under the Bridge Network currently, we have the Outlet Talks, which is my show. And Dante Taz is also a part of that show.
You guys are good. I like you guys together.
Yeah, it's our show. He's yin. Well, I don't know which one is up, but yin and yang.
Okay. All right.
And then we have Jarrell Austin. She does business to business. So if you're looking for business tips, she literally is a security 2 clearance government worker.
Okay.
In the actual building, and bringing her friends to the show every week, giving everybody pointers on what to do to get that passive income. And they talk about what to do in case these banks go down.
Right.
Yeah. So we have her, and then of course we have a preacher because I'm a church girl. I love preaching.
Gotta have it.
We have Elder Lot with Words of Wisdom on Thursday nights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to put your deal in the chat so people can click on it.
Yes. Definitely follow us. And we definitely follow the St. James Show.
Great.
Y'all we're cutting up.
Me and William. I know William tripping. I think me and William may go on tonight, but he be, they be like, you ain't that busy. Get your
I'll be cutting up, but I love it though. And I like when you cook because you can cook.
You know what? I'm going to start doing some more cooking shows. I'm just waiting for my little cooking eye to get here.
Oh, okay. So you're going to do a little portable one so you can.
Yeah. Because, turning around to the stove is kind of weird. Yeah. So. Yeah,
but you be burning. I said, oh, okay, I'm going to have to come over. Y'all, I seen him that's my spot, and he was in my chair. At my face.
Okay. Cheesecake. They know me up there too.
Listen, I love to go get my little me time, my little release.
I really do. Yeah, that's me. All right, let's move on.
You're gonna be starting something. Got to be starting something. You wanna be starting something. Got to be starting something. Yeah. Get up with it. Yeah. You have to own it. Yeah. Up and on it. Yeah. I be having my own commercial break, y'all. Keeps me sane. Woo! Sorry, put harvest time.
It's the arrogance of it all.
Wait a minute.
What about my church? It's not about me.
It's not about him, Leah. It's not about him. So Mr. Whitehead has some new federal charges. They're getting him allegedly he lied on bank statements to get his mansion that is currently in foreclosure while he's in bankrupt as well. But saying he has $2 million in his bank account, but he had less than $10. People keep saying he had $10. No. He had less than $10 in his account. But what is your thoughts on Bishop, Lamar, Gucci, Rolex?
He ain't no Gucci, Rolex, nothing. First of all, if you get one of those suits actually made by the designer, then I'll take you seriously.
And you know how much that would be?
Anybody can wear aftermarket products. Anybody can go get expensive cars. They lease them. And you can get diamonds leased too. And you can lease houses. So I'm not even impressed by none of that. We have had the opportunity to be in the company of multimillionaires. So none of that doesn't, you know what I mean? And most millionaires that I know don't even floss like that. They won't. Now they'll have nice cars and a nice home, but all this and anyway, Bishop Poo Poo Head gets
so many names.
He gets on my nerves. You hear me? My nerves. I don't like that he scammed old people.
Right.
I don't like the arrogance behind the pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the slander against the LGBTQ community.
Right. And he loves the prison system, obviously, because he keeps committing. He's trying to get back in there.
Whoever his boot is.
Right. He's trying to see him now.
But I'm just like, can the feds hurry up already and get rid of this guy? Because I mean, taking the lady for it, I know it may sound small to some people, but $90,000 could make or break a situation. And I just, if they get him on the wire fraud or the bank fraud or whatever they catch him on, I don't like people like that.
Right.
Now, I don't like to see my black men in cuffs. I like to see it when black people get passes.
Right.
I love it.
We not like that.
Live.
We even kind of a little bit enjoyed OJ getting off. Just a little bit.
Listen, I mean, come on now. Let's speak facts. You ain't got nobody sleeping in your multi-million. Hi, Joshua. You don't have nobody sleeping in your multi-million-dollar home.
Right.
Screwing some little boy up the street that work, and then you paying $40,000 a month in child support. That drive anybody crazy.
Yes, it would.
I would snap.
That would drive me to go find somebody.
I'm just saying. But he couldn't have did it because the glove didn't fit.
Yeah. He got fatter while waiting on trial, and the blood expanded the glove. Of course, it wasn't going to fit or shrink the glove. Be quiet.
I don't know about
but hopefully, see, they got him out. Hopefully, we knew that they were still digging for more charges for old Gucci. But like he got out on a technicality the first time, so they're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Right.
They're going to make sure it sticks. And if you're going to do there's so many ways to make money lucratively in the real estate industry. You don't even have to steal from people.
No.
You do have to work a little harder.
Yes,
and you might have to wait a little bit on your return. But one of the multimillionaires that I first met in my early 20s made all of his money off of real estate. Yeah. Legitimate. $300,000 a month.
Yeah, I am a real estate agent, as you probably know from my post, and it's very lucrative but it takes work. Mm-hmm. And I haven't quit my day job.
Part.
I do that, but I do want to quit my day job. But he should have used his charisma. Mm-hmm. The way he looks, the way he moves, those kind of things they work on people's psyche. A good scammer is usually good looking, knows how to dress, knows how to talk to people, so he used it for not. He didn't use it for his benefit.
Absolutely not. Yeah. He's a whole NIGGA, and I don't like that. I don't like it. And then let me just stop there. I could keep going on. I don't like people that steal from old people because I got a mama and you got one time, and I know why them brothers went and laid that down. Like come up off of some of them pieces.
Come up off of them. And you know what? And either that, Leah, is how it was the objective, or he just had something to do with it. See, he talking about y'all made me a victim. You make the victim out of a villain, but no, that hasn't been established yet. We ain't got the final call on what happened with that robbery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
they could have where he live at, or where his church is, I should say. It's kind of vicious out there. I've heard a couple different stories from different individuals.
Yeah.
They do stuff like that on the regular, and you riding around in your car on the live, showing all your pieces. And who does that? Who preaches with all that on anyway? When I'm singing, I don't want to have all that on.
Right. Yeah, you ain't robbing me. I'm going to sackcloth and ashes. I ain't singing and all.
Right. Exactly. That's what Nick Cannon did. He took the shoes and had a replica made. The $1 million diamond, all diamond shoes, had a replica made, and when he performs in the replica. The diamond.
That's smart. That's
in
smart.
Glass case.
And
Good
you know,
luck.
if you have class, if you have some character about you, you can wear fake and everybody think it's real.
And don't nobody know. Now you just got to buy the right kind of fake.
You just got to buy the right kind.
Don't go to Walmart and try to fool us, because we can see that glass, daughter.
Right.
We walking up to you like that ain't real.
That ain't real. What's up, everybody? We are talking to Leah Marie, gospel recording artist Leah Marie, extraordinary songwriter, right? Leah Marie. Yeah. Who did you did a mainstream artist, your most recent mainstream artist that you collabed with? Who was that?
Okay, so actually it's a few.
Okay.
So I collabed with Dougie E, which is Travis Scott. Everybody know who that is.
Yes.
Travis Scott's artist. I have a song out with him called Luxury Tax. I have a song out. I'm starting on the lower, like I'm gonna work my way up.
Work it up, yeah.
And then I have a song out with Pete. I don't forgot their name. It's called God Bless the Child. I was about to say somebody else's name. But the song is called God Bless the Child. I will text it in the chat later on. But that song is out, and that is one of the Lox's artists.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I have a song out with DJ Khaled called Won't Take My Soul.
The one and only DJ Khaled.
Yes, the one that be dancing butt booty naked and letting all his fat fly.
I'm with them. Let it fly.
Yes, the one and only DJ Khaled. CeeLo Green is on that song, and also the legendary Nas.
What's the last one?
Nas is rapping on it.
Nas, wow. Now that's tip top right there.
Yeah, so that song, crazy enough, really quick. People, when it came out, people like you and different ones who know my voice was like, oh, we can hear you, because they sampled me just freestyling in the studio.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I was just in the studio freestyling, singing, whatever, and they actually captured it and they sent that in the package. And DJ Khaled heard it. The album was already out, already printed in Target first store. And he heard the song and was like, I've been wanting to get CeeLo and Nas on this track, and this is what I want to do. And so they sent the request, and we was like, absolutely. And then like a whole maybe 6 months to almost a year later, I heard myself on the radio like, what? This is crazy. And so they sampled my voice, but he gave me plug at the beginning. And at the very end of the song, it's nothing but my sample playing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like major love on that.
Yeah. Make sure you put that in the chat later on.
Yes, absolutely.
Put that one as well.
Just the last one that I got, which is absolutely amazing, is I have a song out with Lil Wayne. And yeah, that one is pretty dope. It's called Russian Roulette. And if you wanted to talk about me about DJ Khaled, when you heard this one, that's me.
Well, did you clear all this with the locals, the church locals? I don't know. I didn't see your clearance before you started working with all these heathens.
Let me take my credentials. Well,
now, let me tell you this. You wore Gwen Amy out, but you apologized, so we're not gonna go there. That was good.
It was Gwen Amy and a few others.
I
just didn't get all their names because nobody would give me the group chat. I was like, put me in the chat.
Put me in. Come on.
Put me in,
Let's do this. Let's do this.
You know, well, okay, so here's the thing about that, Chris. Honestly, I had already had these songs working, and I had already had DJ Khaled out when I started going for my license.
Oh, wow. Because you are a missionary in the Church of God and Christ. Yeah.
I'll see some videos, anything. You just hold your peace and let the Lord fight your battle, because daughter ain't running from you. But yeah, no, let me stop playing. No, seriously, I did want to. I've never left the church. I've always been in church, but I mean, as you know, we all kind of grew up together with rappers and different ones who have taken off. We have people in front
which I'm glad. I'm so proud of them. Yeah,
who have left and have made their mark in the industry. And so what ended up happening was somebody called me and was like, yo, we need a gospel voice, come through and do this. I wasn't paid nothing. I just went to the studio. Them is the homies. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the Lord ended up blessing me in that. So when I went to ask them for a license to work in the domestic violence shelters, because of what transpired in my 12-year marriage.
Okay. Yeah,
I had already been serving in the shelters with Michelle Gonzalez. I don't know if you remember her from out here.
I do remember. I remember her name. Yes.
Yeah. I had already been serving with her for a couple of years. We had already been giving and doing drives, and I was going weekly and singing for an hour, preaching for an hour, praying with these young ladies for an hour every week, sometimes twice a week. What I wanted to do was get the license because they wanted me to become an elder under some online industry. Online church. And then they just make me an elder and a bishop. And I was like,
apostle.
I didn't want to do that. So I said, I'll go to my pastor. When I went to my first class, I had purple hair. What y'all thought y'all was getting?
Right. Yeah. It's going to take different types of people to, as they say, win the lost.
Yeah, literally. And I don't go in the studio. I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking. I'm not sexing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm here literally to work. I do my job. I take a few photos with that ain't drink. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not getting turned up, and you're not going to catch me on no videos doing nothing crazy because I'm here to work. This is a job for me. You know
what? And I really, when I saw that, I kind of put a comment in there, but it's, I love Gwen. I love, all of our artists and legends. And we know that they have a certain standard that they have grown up with. But, fortunately, those standards are just man-made standards, and they're not actual things that will keep you in or get you out of heaven, or type of thing. So I'm glad you spoke up for yourself, and yes, I'm sure it made you upset, and people say things when they're upset, but sometimes that's what it takes. We just got to get it out. People have to understand, and they may think you were disrespectful or rude, but like my grandmother Wanda St. James used to say, you got to put it on their mind.
Come on.
Long as you put it on their mind, it can't be taken back. So they're going to think about that thing and say, you know what? I didn't consider what she does. I didn't consider that she was in the domestic violence homes and ministry. I'm just looking at her at this particular mainstream artist on this project. But let's, next time dig a little deeper.
Just a little bit. I mean, just a smidge. You ain't got to look far, honey, because and that's what I told her. You could have called me and asked me if you had a question.
That's all they had to do.
We didn't grow up like that. We grew up, listen, I'm going to confront you about this. We don't necessarily have to go to blows, but we need to have a conversation.
Exactly.
And we're grown. And the one thing I can't appreciate about Gwen Amy was she sat down and she told me, she said, I grew up in a time where singing for the Warriors and being a missionary was a big no-no.
Right.
She said, but I can't say that you're not anointed because you are. And that's why I posted our picture.
Yeah.
Because she was so honest and pure in what her intent was.
Right. Right.
And I was like, but Mama Gwen, you know, you got my number. Like, we just talked.
But you know what? Sometimes, like I said, you got to put on their mind. You have to make them think. You have to say, okay, next time I have an opinion on this, I probably need to just go to them first.
Just call me.
Because, you know, people have a lot of opinions on Mr. St. James.
Listen,
but they don't come to me.
Buttholes, but that don't mean that they need
yeah. Right. But they don't come to me. They'd rather do a rumor mill. But they, and it's like, okay, that's fine. Keep it over there. But sometimes, like they say, a rumor and an assumption is more entertaining.
Absolutely.
You know, a lie is more entertaining than the actual truth. So they rather believe something. So I understand that. They would rather believe, oh, she done went out there and now she's all secularized, if that's a word.
She's working for Jesus and
yeah.
I had OnlyFans. They said I had OnlyFans and everything, child.
Like, I remember that. They said you had an OnlyFans.
Baby, if
how much was it? $9.99, $20.99? How much was it a month?
I don't know, but you would know, and so would I. And I was so tempted. It was many times during COVID. I said, Lord, if you don't make a way, I'm gonna have to put a butt cheek on.
Provide, Lord.
It's gonna be a butt cheek on. I can't do this butt cheek because it got a tattoo, and somebody might recognize it.
They're gonna see that. They're gonna see that.
I'm gonna do the left butt cheek because they can't see that one. Nobody know what that one looked like.
I remember somebody said this pastor in the city had a tattoo on a butt cheek. Let me go on. Anyway,
listen.
Let's see.
I was tooting it up. You know how your grandma used to say, you tooting it up.
You tooting it up. They go, oh yeah, I was with him. He got a tattoo right on his right.
If you hear, I tell people all the time, first of all, for everybody that's here and people that will watch in the future, if you hear a rumor about me, period, Taz, have my back.
He got
You hear a rumor about me, believe it. Go ahead and believe it. As a matter of fact, you spread it too.
Yeah,
first of all, I was married for 12 years. I was married, honey. So don't think that I wasn't sexing. I got 3 kids. So whatever you feel and you make up in your nasty little mind, it was me.
You know what it is? People want to live vicariously through you.
Period. Yeah.
They want to live vicariously through you. Yeah,
absolutely.
We're gonna get to your single just a minute. Let me just hit one more thing and we're gonna get to your single, okay?
It was a week of hell. It was hell. I never knew I could go through so much hell, Trina. It was hell.
I can't see. Am I missing it?
From Atlanta that tried to come in between me and my husband.
You know these internet
this woman says she's a prophetess. She got a word from my husband.
Oh.
I said, no, you ain't got a word for him. You got a word for us. Natasha Davis. I told you, I'm not your typical first lady. This first lady fight. And if I catch you in the street, I warned you. I warned you. I'm a Brooklyn chick. That'll never change. I'm just an anointed Brooklyn chick. And I'm coming for that ass.
She's coming for that ass, Leah. Can you hear me? You back?
I can't hear anything.
Okay. Can you hear me now? She's going to come back, y'all. What do y'all think about that? That's Jamila Gooden. She said that some woman, some other prophet, was trying to get at her man. You said you can see Leah. She said another prophet was trying to get at her man. So she said if she come at her, then, she's going to whoop her. What y'all think about that foolishness? I just really don't think that people should use, Leah's coming back. I don't think that people should use the pulpit as their whipping board or their sounding off board for their frustration. Obviously, there's already some issues within her marriage. Because why would you bring that to the pulpit? There definitely shouldn't be any issues with her. That's nothing to talk about over the pulpit. So let me just show some of the background of that while we're waiting for Leah.
And say, that's Jamila's husband. Point to the camera. Say, that is Jamila's husband. Thank you. Now back to what I was trying to say. I know I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm going to whoop her ass. Oh, yeah, I know y'all ain't going to like me. I'm sorry, Joint College the Bishop. I got eyes on her. I got eyes on you, baby. When I see you, I promise you, I'm going to make Larry Reed again. And this time, it's because you got the eye. I ain't for everybody, but I'm for somebody. So I did some research on her.
She said she gonna whoop they.
First of all,
And they wonder why people are still using the pandemic as an excuse not to go to church.
Okay, I'm gonna say a couple of things. Before I get deep, mother, if you run up on daughter and get beat up, I'm gonna talk about you bad.
I know that's right.
I mean, real bad. Don't ever write. Church people love doing that. They love writing checks that they
can't cash. What did this one say?
Oh, yesterday on the show, I had my gloves, I had my hair pulled back. Years ago, and I was doing my little tie bow.
But you know what? When you have to take it to a pulpit like that, Leah, don't you feel that it's something that needs to be said because there's probably some friction in the marriage already?
Well,
your husband is looking.
Absolutely, it's a crack in the foundation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because you don't get up and have to do that unless you have to make a statement, of protection that I'm fighting for my marriage. Well, obviously your husband is looking and slipping and dipping.
I mean, and when you look at Prophetess Natasha Davis, she fine, honey. She pretty.
I saw her. I did see her. She's fine.
Daughter ain't got that many views, so she might be trying to get on.
Listen, she on now.
Because she got views from me. Because I showed Wednesday, I said, girl, why is you out here doing this with this married man?
But it's so amazing to me that people use the pulpit for their own gain, for their own. And then in that clip she was talking about, Jesus turned over tables. That has nothing to do
about
what you're talking about.
Just all out of context.
But you know what? They in the audience going, you preach, amen. Then she started talking about the poor woman. I guess Natasha lost her baby.
And that's what crossed the line for me. I said, okay, I'm going to have to get on daughter helmet a little bit because that was extremely insensitive. You're a woman first.
Yes.
You are a woman first. There are some things that you just don't do. There's some things you just don't talk about. And the loss of a child in any capacity is something that is hurtful. Even for women, I even tell people to watch their mouth if a woman has an abortion.
That's right. Watch your mouth.
You don't know what she had to do to come to that decision.
Right.
You don't know why she got pregnant in the first place. Everybody assumes that this prophetess is a hoe, or she's this, or she's that. You don't know that. That man could have been hollering at her.
That's right.
Or she could have been a really good woman. From what I hear, the talk around the streets is that she's actually a really good person, and that the connection was innocent.
Right. But she was triggered. She was intimidated. She was jealous. And all those things are when you're not secure within your relationship.
Absolutely. And within yourself. And the sad part about it is, woman of God, you beautiful. Like, you're very pretty. You got the broad shoulders,
Yeah.
got the little linebacker look. You look like you've been to prison.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna go back. That's what she said. I ain't gonna go back to prison. You know, bull. You probably. But you know what? Me personally, I get turned on when somebody likes my significant other, when they show them attention, when they are flirting with them. Now, there is a limit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I want to know that I'm with somebody that's wanted. I don't want to be with somebody that don't nobody want.
Baby.
I don't want to be in my thinking, I don't mind that. But there's a limit. All right, go on about your business now. All right.
Yeah.
But that's a thing that I can appreciate. But when there's like you said, when there's a crack in the foundation or a leak in this old building,
baby, that's
all. Like say, going back to prison. Yeah, go back to prison.
I mean, going with that. The sad part is, you know what, Chris, and this is where I'll turn the corner on it, because there's something that could be had. But the reality of it is the young lady doesn't have to say anything for this woman to still be standing in error.
Right.
I don't fault her for fighting for her marriage, because there are harlots who try and come and break up relationships. First lady go through some of the worst traumatic experiences. Church hurt on a whole nother level. So I feel you, my sister. But you have a budding, successful ministry.
Right.
Let's just start there. Let's take the ministry hat off, take everything off. You have a budding, successful ministry, which means you have a business structure that can grow beyond where you are now.
Yes.
You have an audience that follows you, and you have a community that comes to your church that follows you. When is the first or last time you've ever heard somebody from a conglomerate like KFC or Chick-fil-A or somebody come out on the internet and just airing out my wife ain't gonna be cheating on me?
And the thing about it, Leah, and we all know the spirituality of it, but when the rubber meets the road, you won't have anyone to speak to or a place to a platform to do it on if the business isn't right.
Come on. And that's a bad business move, man.
That is a bad business move.
You want these people to support you. There are people who watch your show, my show, different things, different ones like that. If me and you beefing and we don't know how to communicate amongst one another and we constantly our grievances out, that is what people are going to invest in. We have now taken away from our good message, and now the thing they're looking for from us is mess.
Yeah, and that's why the beef sector on YouTube is so, they rotate a lot of money within the beef sector because people like a good, nasty, drag-off fight in beef.
I'm just saying, whoever, when you find Natasha Davis' daughter, whoever you got filming, you better hold that camera still, or we coming for you.
You got that right.
Hold this, be still. Get all of the tea, because we want to see every little piece of it.
Everything. And so everyone, we're talking to Leah Marie. I want you to support the channel. My Cash App is right under my name, St. James Show. And the other ways to support the channel are also on pinned in the comments. But your support it's even greater and appreciated if you would like it, share it, and also subscribe to the St. James Show.
Absolutely.
All right. So we want you to do that. Let's move on to our final thing here tonight. I want to let me play a little bit of your new single. Tell us about your single.
I wish, you know what, and I thought about it before the show. I said I should have sent them the MP3. I don't know what I was thinking. But it come out on Friday.
It comes out on Friday.
Yes.
Okay. And you said pre-sales are today are available?
We took it off because my Dante wanted me to move the release date up.
Okay.
So it is out on Friday for everybody. But
before you do that.
Yes.
cost a lot. Always logging hours at the studio, lacquer on my nails, polish on my toes. Every single evening, hit the gym on my way.
That's what that gives me right there. Right there. Ooh, that's all you right there. Ooh, that just gives it to me.
Is you so messy, but you know that. Do not make my glasses because I am ready to give a little Kim shade. You hear me? Because Natasha, ma'am, if you was a prophetess, Natasha, the Lord would have told you not to go over there and approach that man because he got
right
on his side. He got a broad from New York who liked it.
What's up, Jonathan?
And Miss Jamila Gooden, baby, you walk in an era.
Yes, you are.
Those YSLs do not belong in the streets brawling no more. You need to elevate.
I see bars, Jamila.
I see bars in your future.
Sister Vaughn used to say that. I see bars.
You have already made a threat publicly. You could go to jail just off of that.
She said, and by calling the mob, we all go. She said, we're gonna go to her convention and we're gonna sit there and look at her. That's what she said.
Era. You need a spirit check, Jamila. You need to sit down for about 90 days. Get on that altar and tarry for the Holy Ghost.
You know what I say? She got 48 hours. You got 48 hours, Jamila Gooden. Get right, or you going back to prison. 48 hours.
You've been put on notice, daughter.
You've been put on notice.
You don't stay hidden too long now. Just you starting to look like a little punk. We don't know what's going on. Mother done called you out. This is so funny. Mother done called you out. But yeah. The single is
that is a smooth sound, Leah. I love it.
Good. I'm glad you love it. I wanted to go different.
Because you can go, you can go that choir sound where you got that word in you with them ad libs, and then you can put it right in there in that groove right there. I love it.
And we have 2 songs like that on the EP. It's actually not an album, it's an EP. But and I'll make sure to have you in the VIP section for the live.
Yeah, you know, y'all. She didn't even invite me to her little,
I
what her little, but her recording session or what have you.
Now, what's crazy is you were on the list when I had a church.
Oh, okay.
But at the last minute, I had a couple of sponsors. They was ripping and running. And I had to do it at a studio with only 15 people.
Because I'm still the dean of gospel music around here.
Never
forget. Never.
You are. Can never be replaced. Absolutely. There's some things that people will try to skip over. They do it to me. But that's why people like us, we continue to thrive, and then people follow in our footsteps. That's just how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. And it's like, and my thing is, I always look up to the people that I'm following. I always give them their props. But this era, these folks now, they just wanted, like, they came up with the idea, like they came up with they're doing it for the first time. You're not, but go ahead and do it. But you still have to be genuine. That's what I like about our era. And it's something about the bad folks, the born again delivered folks like that, our little group. There was, that was talent.
Yeah, definitely. Now it's set up a little bit different now.
Yeah.
Because people are not as active.
Right.
People are not willing to put themselves on the forefront anymore.
That's
because of church hurt and different
yeah.
artists and creatives. How many times have we put our best forward and people have not come through for us?
That's
which
true.
Is what happened with this particular single. People came to me and asked me to be a part of it. I wasn't even thinking about doing an album or anything like that. And then when it came time to come forth with certain pieces monetarily, people started dropping off.
Yeah, there you go.
Having to have the live, I just decided to just do it at the studio, kind of like Snarky Puppy.
You're right.
And the music that I threw at Dante Taz, he was like, "You really want to do
You're a
this?"
producer, or
He is one of the producers, Dante Taz, Lionel L.J. Holloman out of the Bay Area, which I think you might know him,
Mm-hmm.
and Demarie Dunwood. Those are the main three producers. I have some individuals that made tracks and things like that.
Okay.
But what I did was I started writing, and then I reached out to one of my really good connects through RCA Records, and I told her, I said, "Listen, I need a couple of hits. You know, what's up? It's all gospel, you know." And she was like, "I got you." And so this song was a co-write. I only changed a few things about the song, but she actually penned my testimony. I was just like, "Girl, you hit this nail on the head."
Let's just hear it one more time, Leah.
Sure.
Keeping up appearances, it costs a lot. Always logging hours at the studio, lacquer on my nails, polish on my toes. Every single evening, hit the gym on my way.
I can see that on my playlist that has my girls, Jasmine Sullivan, you know, who else is on there? Layla Hathaway.
Yeah, definitely.
And I even put Lena Bird Miles.
Yeah, that's my girl.
He's in there. And that's you. Yeah.
And it's not too riffy, you know, because I'm a power singer, so I had to channel it, and I had to really control it.
Was that hard for you to do? Because
No,
when you used to churching like that.
No, because I'm a studio singer. That's what I've been
Okay.
in studio. I've been session singing for a minute. And so it wasn't hard to do. It was hard to do it live.
Okay. Why? Because people were there?
Yeah, and you know, you have this inner thing that makes you want to just perform, when in actuality Dante kept telling me, he was like, "You got to relax, man, and just stay R&B and pop and things. You ride the groove."
It's like a drummer. It's like a church drummer that doesn't know how to just stay in the pocket, so they never will do a studio session.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I had to really just bring it all in. A lot of what you're going to hear, I did kind of do some overdubs, but the album is live. All instrumentation is live, as you can hear. It's very, very rich. And I told Sam, I said, I want something similar to like a Lionel Richie or a Gladys Knight. I don't want to sing typical church music that we are all used to. I sing for the Warriors. I sing at Mama Ken's. I sing at the Black Cat. I'm hoping to get in the Hard Rock Cafe. So I have music that is going to be inspirational and still touch people's soul without.
Are you going to join me at my brunch and sing a song for me?
Absolutely. If I'm open. You know,
I got a song just for you too. You're going to love it.
Through May, baby.
All right. But yeah, I really appreciate that, because I think church singers get, trapped into a box, and you can't do that if you're trying to reach the masses. And when I heard this single, I'm like, I'm glad this single sounds like this. And you didn't go like when you had your churchy single, that was good too. I think Devin did that for you.
No. Transform was done by Crawford City, Marcus and Kenya Crawford out of LA.
Oh, okay. Look at you, all these connections here and there and there.
You know what, Chris? I'm learning, and this is one thing that I learned from you. Travel, work with everybody.
Work with everybody.
For what they background is.
Yes.
None of that.
Yeah.
You don't know what door you can walk in that will take you and be the vehicle to your next successful,
because you changed the direction. You change the atmosphere of wherever you walk into. Your gift will change the direction of it. So it doesn't matter where you're going. That's what some people are saying. Someone asked me, "Oh, you're having that brunch in a brewery?" Yeah, but you go to the brewery every Friday and Saturday. So what's the difference? But it's about the perspective of things. We walk into Cheesecake Factory and sit at the bar and eat.
Come on. And you take your kids and you take your, so cut it out.
So, so yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you know that you have to travel. Speaking of that, we're going to London for the Music and Arts Global with Donald Lawrence at the end of April. And so I'm going to be, coming back with a vengeance.
Hold on a minute. Make sure you tell Donald that
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, because they always ask, Chris, who's the people up in your area? They ask me all the time.
No, you tell him that I am a fan. That man been a class act.
He's going to be here, so don't worry about it. He's going to be there towards the end of the year.
Oh, nice! I can't wait. I'll make sure to.
And you're going to be on the ticket with them, and I'll take it because I like to support. Especially if great, anointed, good singers. I don't like people who mimic other folks. I like people who have their own style. You have your own style.
Shade.
Sorry. I'm just who I am. And we got people in the city that they try to be other folk. And I'm like, do you, boo?
But
and people will connect.
About this song, Chris, is that first line when we were talking it through and everything, and she came, I said, that is what I need. That stays. Because in church, it's always a mask.
It's always a mask.
I always have to perform in order to be accepted.
Yes. Yeah.
And here recently, I don't know. My mama said when I turned 40, something was going to happen. And I guess
triggered you. It's the truth. Tyler Perry in Medea in his plays, he talks about that. But it's so the truth. When you turn a certain age, especially 40, you start saying, oh, forget that mess. We going to do this for real.
Yeah. And it is what it is. I have a gap. Yes. I'm chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm what I am. I'm a plus size woman yet and still. I've lost a lot of weight, but I still have
looking good.
A lot of areas, but I'm also healed in a lot of areas. I am a beautiful vase that was broken and put back together by the master, the master potter. So at the end of the day, I don't have to be consumed with what people have to say about me in the world. I'm going to, in the church, I'm made for the world. God, for the things that I went through, God made me so that I can tell my testimony even when I'm at the club. And what made it so real is the last gig, the gig before this last one, I stood in for someone else's residency. And it was at a club. People was drinking. They was buying me drinks. They was buying my bag. I was giving the bag. But I told him, I said, y'all can buy me drinks because I got to go to church on Sunday and I want to be able to lift my hands in freedom.
Right.
And so we just kind of took a turn there and had a little audience. Do you know, after that, I had 2 or 3 people walk up to me and say, I want to go to church with you on Sunday. What church?
Look at that. Because guess what? You're a real person. You're not trying to be something that you're not. You're human. You're saved. You are, who God made you to be, and they can connect and see that in you. The funny thing about that is we go to Patti LaBelle. We went to Aretha Franklin's concerts when she was alive. We go to Gladys Knight, all these other people, Angie Stone, they all sing gospel at their concerts.
Absolutely.
And it's totally accepted. Totally accepted. But we have a gospel artist who goes, and you know what? I don't even want to call you a gospel artist. You're an artist. And I think that's what we have to do. We have to stop saying, putting people into certain things. But no, you're just an artist that sings inspirational music. And
I'm an artist who's a believer. That's the only
believer.
That's the
and
only.
You can attract, and it's not what you say, it's what people feel off of you that's going to draw them. Exactly. So yeah, I commend you. Like I said, I mentioned that Gwen Amy thing because I thought it was funny, but I'm glad it was a teachable moment even for Gwen.
Yeah, definitely. Now I will say, in her defense, the song that circulated the internet wasn't necessarily that wholesome of a song.
But you know what? It's not going to be that way all the time. It won't always be like this.
Come on.
It ain't going to be like that.
Come on. Now Nate Dogg changed the industry. And, a lot of church people don't know that, but Nate Dogg was a catalyst in the hip hop community. He gave us something that opened the door for so many singers to be able to marry hip hop and soul.
Right.
We have a few here and there, but Nate Dogg changed the game, honey.
Yes, he did.
And so, to the point where rappers was like, I need to get a singer on this. I need to get a singer on this. Nate Dogg worked with everybody. Before he passed. And so I asked the audience, I said, can we do a song in the memory of one of my favorite hip hop artists? And they was like, yeah, who? So we did Nate Dogg, Ain't No Fun. Everybody know that song. That's one of the funkiest, DJ Quick and Snoop Dogg, Daz and Corrupt. What? And I wasn't even singing the words. I was just like, when I met you last night, baby. Hey, before you open. And I just did like this. They said,
and everybody started singing. Right. But see, that is your opportunity to slip in that realness.
Absolutely.
They can be. I've been in Vegas, and them people have been drunk as skunks. And I remember it was me and Tone. We were hanging out at the New York. And the piano guys were there. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden someone started saying, oh, happy day. Oh, and everybody was just, and I was like, it just triggered all of a sudden with Edwin Hawkins. Yeah. So it's like, open it up in a way that you would gain the attention of the people. Kirk Franklin has done this for years. Gain the attention of the people and then slip in that gospel some kind of way, and not just gospel singing I'm talking about the gospel as the death, burial, resurrection.
But think about it like this too, though, because you can tell people who are not well-traveled by the way their conversation is. And when I say well-traveled, I'm not saying traveling in the gospel circuit.
Outside. Yeah.
Actually being in moments. You don't have a lot of moments, because when I tried out for The Voice, no, I did not get picked. That wasn't even the highlight of the event. Mm-hmm. It was like 10,000 people inside of the convention center in Vegas.
Okay.
And we had 2 moments where we sung Lean on Me. And I think we sung the Star Spangled Banner. And when I say all the voices, from the people who were getting checked by the dogs to the ones who was actually going in the room, because they check you thoroughly.
Yeah.
You go through several different security checks.
Okay.
So we were up at the top level, and we're looking down, and it is, droves of us. We're full, all up and down, 2-3 levels of people. And we started singing, Lean on Me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. And then it just caught, and somebody else, and before it was a whole choir.
Wow.
We were singing Lean on Me. We did the Star Spangled Banner. We did gospel songs. And I was like, y'all know that? Little bit white girls. They grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And killing. I met a lot of my friends that I have now to this day on that one trip. And it opened my eyes to let me see that shelter, it can be a good thing, but at some point we're going to have to stand on our faith, preach it like we preach it, but be accessible. Church people are never touchable.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
We're here and you're over there. Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Who told you that was the way it was going to be?
Who gave you the keys to the kingdom?
I mean, who said?
Oh, Leah, thank you so much. You were so great. I appreciate you. Really quick, top 3 female singers.
Chris, why you do me like that? All right, so Aretha is off top.
Aretha?
That's my baby. That's my heart. After she did her last album and remade everybody else's song from Beyonce to Adele.
Right.
So that's my girl.
Aretha's top. She's top.
Yeah, Aretha's top. And then I would have to say Rochelle Farrell is one.
Great.
And Layla Hathaway.
Layla. Top 3 men.
Yeah. Right now, I'm gonna have to say, I want to say his name is it Michael Lamprey?
The one that used to was on Sunday Best.
I'm not sure, but he sung that song. All you gotta do is say yes. Open up your. Remember, he did the remix with the famous keyboardist on the organ, and that video went viral.
Corey Henry.
I love Corey Henry, but no.
Oh, I thought it was he the keyboardist or no?
Was the little short dark skin one? I forget his name, but
okay.
Him and Corey is literally neck and neck when it comes to musicians. But him and Jay Moss has always been my favorite. He one of the dopest.
He is like people don't give him his due, but he has a great sound.
Absolutely. Top. There, he's unmatched in a lot of areas. And right now, I don't know. I can't think of my third one because I love a lot of people, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to just say anything because that would be a lie.
Yeah. You
know who I like? You know what song I listen to every day? Is Bishop Lyndon, I think his name is. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and grief.
He's too bad. Okay. Is that a choir or no?
He redid the song. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my hit, baby. I'll be around the house like cleaning and cooking. Like yes.
Okay. Okay.
First to shout like some of y'all. I can get it at the house.
Well, Leah, you have been a pleasure tonight. I appreciate it. I didn't mean to keep you over an hour. But I appreciate you. Your single drops, and the name of your single?
Makeover.
Makeover drops on Friday.
Yes.
So I want everyone to go to all of your streaming sites and Spotify, Apple Music. Where is that? Where else?
iTunes, Google,
Play, all that.
YouTube. We'll take the views, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
99 and thank you.
Yes.
Over Leah Marie will be available on Friday. And I have other music out there too. I have a song with a couple of girls from the LGBTQ community. And it took a while to be able to say that publicly because of church people, but it's called Walking on the Moon.
Oh, wow. I got to hear that.
I actually wrote it and produced it. I'm not an actual singer on the project.
Oh, okay. But you look at you. You're writing, you're singing, you're producing. That's an all-around creative. So that's great.
So, and one of the girls, she never rapped before, so we all just kind of worked together. And it's being played. I looked at the playlist the other day, and it's being played overseas. She's in a movie, so she's sending it to all of her friends. They have DJs playing it. So, listen, y'all. I am grateful for being here. Thank you.
I'm so glad you came.
For having me. I am honored. I watched the show. I think that you guys are absolutely amazing. Us too. Y'all pay attention. Make sure you hit that Cash App and sold to my brother.
The Cash App St. James Show. Some people have sent some donations, and I really appreciate. And I want to say a special to Christian Kelly. You have been, I don't even know if you're male or female, but you have been a great support to the St. James Show. You have been really great. And LLE and quite a few other, they just see the replay and they just send a donation, and it keeps us going. It keeps us wanting to have more and more guests and things on. So the St. James Show, Cash App, and there's other ways to give. Pinned in the description and in the comment. And again, everyone, I want you to know that we're having a Mother's Day weekend Gospel Legends brunch, and our own Leah Marie is going to come through and bless us live. Y'all do not want to miss her live. She is phenomenal. Get your tickets at Eventbrite. It is there's a link in the comment section, and it will be in the description as well. But just Eventbrite Mother's Day weekend Gospel Legends brunch, Fresno, California. All of California, come and join us. LaShawn Cleveland, the daughter of the late great Reverend James Cleveland, she will be in attendance. So we don't want you to miss that. We just want to celebrate mothers. Like I said, I'm gonna have it if it's only my mother there.
You got one of my favorite quartetters up there, Lee Williams.
Lee Williams, we banging that Lee Williams. Trust me, we gonna bang that Lee Williams.
Oh my God, that is a driver.
Yeah. Quartet music is gospel. You know, that's gospel.
Yes, Lee Williams.
Fresno only liked quartet when David Kingsby was around. Fresno only supported really quartet.
Very true.
They didn't really support other gospel music. They wanted quartet music.
It took us a while to stretch, and they still to this day they find it difficult to stretch. But
they really do. And you know, I appreciate everyone who's doing it and pushing it and gospel music. They're doing a good job with it. You know, Tiffany, she's with that organization that's pushing it, and other people that are doing it. But yeah, it was something with quartet. It was Fresno was quartet for a long time.
Mighty Clouds of Joy, the whole bit. And that's why the Bell family came and fit right in.
And then Bell family, they can rock it every time, baby. They can rock it every time. We gave them an award at one of our award show is coming back in November. The Lifetime Achievement in Gospel Music Awards is coming back in November of this year. But we gave them an award, and then Bells came to that award show and rocked it.
First of all, that's who I was forgetting. I couldn't think of my third singer. Pop Bell is one of literally, I talk about him to everybody when I'm in the interview. He is solid.
Yes, he is.
He's solid.
Yes, he is.
Knows how to sing in his key.
Yeah.
He don't go too high. He's not going to give you too much.
Right.
He whoop you real good. But he also going to give you a good sing, a couple of riffs here and there. That man, he calculated. I love him. That's one of my favorite male singers. So that's who it was.
Yeah. So let's end with this. I'm a starter. You're going to end it. Great is your mercy towards me. Your loving kindness towards me. Your tender mercies I see day after day.
Forever faithful towards me. Always providing for me. Great is your mercy toward me. Great is your grace.
One more time. Take it up.
It is your mercy toward me. Your loving kindness toward me, your tender mercies, Lord, I see day after day. Forever grateful, I am always providing for me. Great is your mercy toward me. Great is your grace.
Thank you, Leah. Good night, everybody.